Hey there. I know my head's cut off a little bit, but I wanted to get close in enough. Pull it back a little bit, yeah. Close in enough so that you can see my new present to me. My food saver vacuum sealer finally died after 30 years. At least 30 years. Yeah. I brought it from Pittsburgh with me to Texas, so at least 30 years. And I went online, I went shopping. I went to Amazon and Walmart and just a general search. And I found food savers from $14 all the way up to $700 with the commercial ones. And I looked at the inexpensive ones, but they were narrow. They weren't very wide. They just sealed. That's it. I mean, they vacuumed and they sealed. But I got finicky and I got choosy and I got why not treat myself to something that I want. And I would have very good uses for it because of the garden, because I dehydrate things, because I buy dry things like rice and beans in bulk. Always have, even when I had the kids, I bought things in bulk. And even as a single, I buy things in bulk. So if I buy a 10-pound bag of rice, then I can divide it up, into 2.5-pound packages and pull them out. Because once you vacuum seal, it will last a long time. Now what I liked about this is because it's got some really neat options. And so I said, okay. So then I started shopping price. And I said, I could do Amazon, but that price was about the same. And so I just went to Nebraska Furniture Mart, where I work part-time, and I got this food saver model FM 2100. Now here's some of the options. Moist and dry food setting. So when I buy those potato chips that I'm not supposed to buy, I can make small packs so I don't wind up eating the whole bag, right? So it adjusts the seal level for moist or dry food. Seals rolls for custom sized bags, which I've always had, but I didn't have. This has a okay, wrong picture. So this has a place to put the rolls in. Okay? Then you close the door, you lock it, and you press vacuum and seal the button, which I did before. Now, like I said, it's moist and dried foods. It has a storage bag, storage clip part, accessory port. Now that was the other thing I was looking for, because on my other one I had an accessory port that allowed me to vacuum seal my ball jars, my canning jars. Well, they don't have that option anymore. Okay. The hose is hose fell down. Excuse me. Anyway, so they don't have that option anymore, but they've got a hose thing on here. So I'm going to see if I can adapt this so that I can continue to seal my jars. Now you got to buy the special containers and all that. I don't want to buy special containers. I already have containers that I need to use. Okay? So I'm just, looking at this and going, all right, so This was more expensive. They had this model at Walmart, but same model, except it didn't have the port to close containers, right? So the first thing I see is the bags. I have bags. I bought bags in bulk. Big container full of bags. So there's the bags. It also, let's see, it came with, looks like it came with a cover. Let's see what this is. So these are the bags. It's a roll of bags. It's a not very large roll of bags. I can't tell how many are there. Making spaghetti. And I've got some sauce to it. Ah, so it's got some individual bags. And here's the little suction thing. So, oh, it looks like the tips are the same. Looks like the tips are the same. And it goes about to the same. Hopefully, it might go down a little deeper. Or this one is about here. It's the same. It is about the same depth. Hopefully this is what would go into the bag thing. And, or goes into the machine. Hopefully. This one goes to the vacuum sealer. Well, I might just try to figure out a way to take the hose, this hose, and see if it will go. Look at that. It fits. Look at, yes, it fits. So now I just have to test it. I'm happy. We will see if this guy will vacuum seal my jars. If that's the case, I will be a happy camper. Alright, so it came with how many small bags? One. So it's got 3 small bags and 2 large bags. And a roll of bags. Cool. Has a book, owner's manual, food saver owner's manual. I better read it because it may work just a little bit different than the other one. Yeah, so, oh, food saver vacuum sealing canisters. Alright, and then they got the bulk canisters. Wait a minute. Food saver jar sealer with mason jar for use with ball and Kerr mason jars only. Important, do not use screw bands when vacuum sealing jars. So it's got the feature. Yay! It's got the feature. Yes! Alright. That is awesome. It just doesn't come in the kit. So you'd have to buy the kit separate, which I already have from my other one. That's good. Food saver bottle stoppers they have. Deli containers. So I'll just read on this food saver, how to use it, what to use it for, what your options, so things to buy. So they got the food saver jar sealers available that you can buy, but I already have it. So I'm happy. So I know that's silly. Alright, register my food saver, so I can do that online. I got my book. Alright, let's see. Now this is bigger than the one that I had previously. It is deeper. And I kept it under the counter there, but I kept it like this. But I've got other things like my parchment paper and wax paper and stuff on that shelf, so I may have to find a new, oh, I like this cover. It's nice and soft. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's awesome. And it has dry or moist mode. Now there's some other ones that are a little more. The one that was $160, it had different levels of moist and different levels of dry. So here you can choose your dry and your moist. Here's your pressure button for seal, and this one is vacuum seal, and that's your power light. There's the operate, store, open. Here's the little button that this goes into. And so I got to wash this out first. But here's the inside. And it's taped down, as they always wind up taping down. And somewhere or somehow, I put my roll in there. Okay? And there's got a couple other protections they have. But this is how you can roll it out and then cut off. Do it this way. Roll it out and then cut the bag and then bring it down. And this is the spot. No, this is that's the seal. This is the spot where you put the bag to seal it. And this is where the tip of your bag goes. This little well right in here. There's this little well. And you put it in there, the tip of your bag, the edge of your bag goes into that little well. Okay. So it goes, whoops, goes right into that well. And it sits there. I always put it just about there, and then when it comes down, it puts it in, and that's where the suction comes from, the vacuum. Now, what I've seen in the videos is the other thing that went wrong with my other one was that it wasn't vacuuming all the way. It wasn't suctioning it all the time. And then if it was something wet, the wet would go into the thing. So it's like, no. And I was watching a video with a guy I watch, what he says, not Little House Prepper, but he used to be on the road, nomad, but he built a tiny house. Also bought rice and beans, and he doesn't have a large freezer because he runs off for solar, so most of this stuff is canned. So he talked about buying a 25-pound bag of rice or buying that 25-pound bag of flour. And I mentioned rice and flour because when the pandemic first hit, okay, I know my head is blocked off, but when the pandemic first hit, I went to the grocery store because I needed some yeast. My yeast had been around long enough. I buy my yeast in the 1-pound packets because I make bread a lot. And I went to buy it and the shelf was empty. The little small packets, they were gone. There was, I had to buy unbleached flour kind of thing because most of the flour was gone. The cornmeal was gone. People were buying these things and stocking up. So he's saying, do that now. Don't go crazy, but go and, get your flour. And for the rice and the flour, he put it in paper bags, like the paper lunch bags. And you get those paper lunch bags at the dollar store. Anyway, you put them inside that paper bag and tape them down, duct tape, plastic tape, packing tape, whatever. You tape them down and then you put them in the bag and then you vacuum it up. Because if it's rice, the rice is going to get pulled in. If it's flour, the flour is going to be pulled in, so it's a way to do that. So this is the unboxing. I will come back when I need to vacuum seal something, and I will show you how the vacuum seal works. I will also show you canning, putting some dry things in a canning jar, or in a kind of canning jar, because it's dry stuff that I do in there, or things that are dehydrated, I can put in there for you. Well, I decided to test it. This is the attachment that came with the system. So this goes to the accessory, it says. So that's there. And then this, which I've been playing with and fiddling with because it takes a little bit to press it down and have it there. So we're going to see if it seals that. I had to figure out how this thing works. So the power is on. I have it set to dry. And so now I'm just going to hit seal. Oops, I didn't mean seal. Let me turn that off. That's not what I wanted. I wanted vacuum. Okay, so we don't need a seal. But let's see if it worked. Yes! It sealed it up. It is sealed. So, yay! So the attachment works. And so I don't have to worry about it. So this, if you wanted this attachment, you have to buy it separately. Alright, this is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're a subscriber, I want to thank you for being here, and I'm going to ask both of you to share this video with someone that you think could use this. Someone you know that might buy things in bulk, or they buy meats and things when they're on sale and they fill their freezer. This is a good thing for you. Oh, by the way, if you don't want to buy this new, go to your local thrift store, because I did buy a small one. I was in the thrift store. My other one hadn't died, but it was starting to die. And I went to the thrift store and I found one, but it was a small one and all it did was vacuum and didn't have the hole for this. And it was $7.99. So that's a whole lot cheaper than the $13, $14 one I saw. And it was a Food Saver brand. So you might luck up and find one in your thrift store. Now, I haven't seen any like this or, you know, the better ones. And it would be a little bit more, but probably not more than $15. Again, Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. As you have believed, let it be done to you. And it is so. And I will see you in the next video.